Alright, so this is a BMW 325xi E46 2005. Doing a homemade smoke test. Cost me $7.50 to do this smoke test when a smoke machine, if you go get a smoke machine at like a hobby shop, you're going to pay 30 to 50 bucks for it. Waste of time. If you go if you go buy an actual smoke machine that they use at the auto shop, you're going to pay $1,500, somewhere around there, a grand to 15. This is homemade, Harbor Freight equipment. So let me show you what I'm using here. So this is a multi-use transfer pump. They sell these for pumping oil, transmission fluid, things like that, for pulling them out. You can see it's got a outlet, and it's got an inlet at the top, so it sort of sits like this actually. That's a pump on the top there. And it comes with two tubes. I'm only using one of them. These are these orange tubes right here. So I've got one out here, and then I ran the other tube. I took a work glove, this work glove just like this, and I took the air intake off of my BMW, also took off the MAF off of the intake here, and then I wrapped the hand side of it, the wrist portion of it, around the lip here, and then then I taped with electrical wire. You can use any tape, the tube all the way down as close as I could to that wrist part. What I did is I actually cut a finger off, so one of these fingers, and ran the tube in that, and then pushed it down, and then took tape and taped it really tight, put it over the lip, and I went to the grocery store, and I bought myself some of these swishers, or whatever the heck they are, and took that and took this off, placed it. I'll show you exactly what I've got here. I know this is all shaky, but you're gonna appreciate this. So I took that into the tube, hooked it to the lower portion of the pump, took my cigar. Now, of course, I unwrapped it and then put it in there. Stuck in the top end, lit the cigar up on one end, started pumping this, so pumping it up and down, and it actually smokes the cigar for you, pushes the smoke through, down through this orange tube, and it starts packing in the smoke in there. Now just let it pack the smoke. Smoke this thing all the way down, and then let it pack smoke inside here. Now if you've got a hole there in any of these intakes, these boots, it'll come out immediately out of this area. If there's no hole, it's going to push that smoke all the way up through the manifold and over to the this end over here with the cover, the valve cover, and fill that all up. Now you probably, with this, you're not going to have enough pressure, PSI, to actually see the smoke exit at that point. But what you do is, once you've got this thing jam packed, is you take the orange tube out of the lower bottom end, and then you take this, you put it in your mouth, and then you wrap your hands around this right here. You wrap your hands around this, around this tube. So just all you're gonna do is just take your hand, do this, and hold it there, and you're gonna blow in to this end, and that's gonna give you enough PSI that you will start seeing smoke coming out of this, out of the crevices here where there are leaks. I do have a leak. It's actually right back here, and I'm still trying to figure out what it's coming from, but it's right back here. I got a feeling that it's actually the gasket on this intake manifold, and I'm probably going to have to replace all this, at least go down to the gasket. which is going to be a good day's worth of work. So probably have to do it next week now that everything's closed. So let me go ahead and demonstrate this for you. And what I'm going to do is I've already showed you how to set up the cigar, how to put the orange tube in the bottom here. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to show you me actually pumping it because I can't hold the phone and pump at the same time. But I'm actually going to pump this thing up with a bunch of smoke, and then I'll turn on my video again, and I will start blowing air through this end of the orange nozzle, and you'll see the smoke start to come out of the crevice. Okay, so stay with me.